Alright, bro. We just made it over to the couch. We made it over to the scheme room, you feel me? You know, cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
We out here with the Bloody Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Straight like that. But before we get to all the scheming, bro, I gotta get on my scheme glasses, you feel me?
Let's get it.
Get it like this.
I wish I had mine.
You feel me? Feel like that. So what I like to do over here is pretty much just talk to people about their plans and what they have coming up in the future.
What we're gonna scheme on.
So as far as SOS goes, what type of future plans that you can give us a little bit about, like what you have in store for SOS and where do you see it going from here?
So to be realistic, I want to always stay as realistic as possible because I have big goals of collabing with major artists, and major brands, Dior, Louis, even but that's in our minds. That's just like it's too big. You know what I mean? That's like fuck. I don't know if that's possible, but it's totally possible. But the next plans is obviously just building from what I have. Literally just every single day, just incorporating a whole community of people from artists to even comedians, you're about to have on the show, like just different people. I want them to wear the clothes, okay? Whether they want to pay for it or I gotta get them to rock it for advertising needs, But I really just kind of want to keep spreading the message of just SOS, Save Our Souls, different quotes, different sayings, different images that will really relate to what's going on in the world, because at the end of the day, I think that everyone will always relate to it, and I want to make a wave of clothing that isn't just about, money. It's not about just like the superficial, aesthetic and overall, the hierarchy that people feel wearing it. I don't want that. I don't care about how that makes it feel. You're not supposed to feel cooler wearing my clothes. No. You're supposed to feel like you're doing something right, like you're spreading the right message. There's something about it that is making you wear it. You know what I mean? Even if that just makes you feel good, it's not supposed to make clothes aren't supposed to make you feel cooler. They're supposed to make you just feel like yourself. I know my clothes can make people feel like themselves. Because from ranges of colorways to the way I place things on a t-shirt or whatever, I want people to just feel good wearing it. Like a haircut. If somebody gets a haircut, they feel themselves when they leave, I want someone to put on my pieces and just feel themselves. It doesn't mean that you're cooler for it. 100%. The cooler shit is because of new releases, this, that, whatever is coming next. Shit that's on GOAT for resale, all that. That's the cool stuff.
So you saying, you don't want people to feel cool, or you don't want them to feel cooler than someone else?
I want you to feel cool. I just don't want them to think that materialistic object makes you cooler.
Makes them better.
It doesn't make you cooler. You could have off-white Gucci's, whatever. It doesn't make you cooler.
So what? So what is in your plans to help? Because listen like this. A lot of times, if you ask me, Gucci, as far as what they do and how it looks, it doesn't impress me.
It doesn't.
I like a lot of shit from H&M that look better than Gucci.
Exactly.
But people gonna say, oh, this Gucci's better, and I'm better because it costs more. So how are you gonna go about making what you want happen? In the realm of what we're doing.
The transformation is hard, but I know it's possible. It depends on how the person perceives a piece of clothing. So I'd say that just over time, the more people see how much traction and engagement we will have to the brand, which I know at this point that we're at right now, it's already enough to look like a decently popping brand. But we're going to incorporate more of that to make people feel like, okay, there's something behind this brand that matters. I know it means save our souls, so that's cool. We do need some saving. My soul kind of needs some saving. Little things will start to connect in the mind of somebody who comes across our brand. But overall, how will it continuously create that message? It's literally going to be through the message of the clothing, how I position things, what I put. There's going to be more writing in the clothing more than anything, because subliminal messages are cool and all, but a lot of people don't have that intricate mind, and they can't just dig deep and figure out exactly what it means right there.
Do you think that just with the messaging you'll be able to combat this?
I think so.
What about the price points?
The price point too, yeah. But the thing is, that's the one thing I was gonna say is that I can't say I will never, but my goal is to never overprice my stuff. I know what it's like to be a kid that's broke, and I know what it's like to be somebody who just got an immense amount of money out of nowhere, off of finesse or something that happened. And are you gonna just dump all that bread out into new shoes or be smart with it? I know you still want to get some like a cool sweatshirt, but are you gonna spend $500 for it or be smart and spend $100? I never want my hoodies to cross $100.
Okay.
And right now I'm still like blessing people with the ability to buy it for $40, $50. You know what I mean? And they're great quality, they're handmade. We sew on the tags, we make it happen. There's no manufacturer in China doing everything for us. No disrespect to China, I love China, but you know, there's a lot of slaves doing this clothing stuff. You know, manufacturing has a lot of people that don't even want to do what they're doing. So, how are we going to create that message? Is basically what I said. You know, just really trying to incorporate the messages in the clothing, but also keep that price point down to let people know, like, yo, this is exclusive. This is also kind of cheap. I kind of fuck with it. I think I'm gonna keep buying that shit because it's a symmetrical, you know, message. SOS. It looks cool. It's not like, you know, overly hype like Supreme. I never want to be like overly hype, but we want that hype too.
So have you ever heard of? Because what you sound like to me is a couple brands, right? I don't want you to take this no disrespectful way because this is like these people who I'm about to tell you about. They thought about this shit the same way you're thinking about it, and they took it somewhere else. And now people disrespect their brand because motherfuckers is all about the dollar point. And I tell you like this, if these two people, like Shaq, and Shaq is one of them, Shaq's shoes used to cost some money. And Shaq said, I don't want to do that. Shaq was like you. I don't want my shit to have people feeling like they better than, I don't want to be like Jordan. I don't want people out here shooting and looting for my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna sell my shit at Payless. You see what I'm saying? And then there's a guy like you heard of Stephon Marbury?
Yeah.
So he makes the Starberries and shit. And so he famous basketball player in the NBA, and then, you know, toward the end of his career, went over to China and became legendary. You know, they built a statue of him and everything. But he was on the same shit, and China has a bigger market because they have a bigger, you know, population.
Yeah, exactly.
So he took his Starberries and he dropped them. You could get them for like $25. But they're,
what are these again?
These are what'd you say?
What were these again? The strawberries.
The Starberries. They still sell them.
Shoes, right?
Yeah, they're shoes.
Shoes, okay.
So they sell them at like, you know, Walmart, you know, things like that. But so they had the same message, but they understood to them that, you know, the price in and of itself, whether we wanted to or not, we don't have control over other people and what they feel and how they're going to make others feel.
True.
But we do have control over what we put out to the world. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I put some shoes out in Payless, we know how people feel about Payless shoes.
Exactly.
But I know that I can get them into the hands of kids who don't have, you know, and that's kind of what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't want it to be like, you don't have these, you or whatever. Yeah. But on the flip end, it's like, they're still a brand though, so don't get me wrong, right? But on the flip end, you got on some Shaqs, you go to school, you're the first nigga getting clown.
Facts.
You know, we roasting you.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And I hate that.
So how do you balance that?
Okay, so how to balance that is a question because you know, I could say this right now and you know, assassinate different later, but I kind of want to keep going with that because, you know, letting somebody feel like they can still get that piece without going broke will make them feel amazing and make you feel amazing. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to know that I'm taking like hundreds out of kids' pockets. Kids who don't know much in life and don't know how to really spend money in general. Like, I don't want to know that, like, damn, I'm just finessing all these kids out here. That's just fucked up. So I guess the balance is really just sticking with your, you know, sticking with what you said, you know, just saying what you want, like you said, Shaq did, like, just saying what you want, where you want to place them. I don't know if I put them in Payless, you know, but I would put them in different places, maybe, you know, cool, like, you know, thrift shops or, you know, family-owned businesses, whatever. I don't want to be, you know, something in Barney's. I will never see that as something, you know. You know, money's great and all, but at the end of the day, I'm doing it for the culture, but I'm also doing it, and that's not to sound cheesy, but like I'm doing it because I'm so happy in life right now. I'm steady. I don't have to worry about becoming a multi-millionaire, but I know it's gonna happen. You can say to yourself, like, I know I'm a millionaire. I just don't have all the money yet. So
that's some hard as shit, bro. Say that again. Let the people know.
It's a saying. You gotta know that you're the millionaire, but you don't have all your money yet. And if you run that way with that mindset for a while, like you'll start to realize, like, you know you're the shit. You don't have to speak it. You just gotta keep moving, make the moves, like do something every day, do something every hour if you can. But if you can't, like don't fret. You know, don't be hot at yourself because like time will tell. You know, time is an essence, I think. So you know, at the end of the day, yeah, I could price my shit hella high and you know make insane profits because I know I could. You know, but I don't want to be that guy because I'll be able to tell this story later and people respect it more than ever than say like, oh, why did you bring up your prices? How are you gonna what are you gonna answer in a question when somebody asks you that? Because I wanted more money, and that's just being hella selfish. You know, we all want money, but I could still gradually make money off $100 to $150 hoodies, then charge it like $600, $700 when you're an actual established like Louis Vuitton, Gucci type brand. Then what? You're just like the brand is officially either bought out by somebody. I'm never selling my shit, you know.
100.
So if I'm never gonna sell my shit, you know, like you can't control what the price is. I will control the price, you know. So I can make it, you know, go up or down, let it fluctuate depending on how good the quality is and how crazy the piece is. But I'll never like finesse somebody for something that is really not worth how much it's being like, you know, labeled for. $600 hoodies, dude. Like, why would you buy that? You know.
Nah, unless you want to stunt. You know
unless you want to.
And then I don't even know. I don't even know it costs $600.
Exactly. And the stunting only happens because somebody told you it's cool. Or the internet told you it's cool. But at the end of the day, do you even really think it's cool? Like, just think about it in your mind. Was that piece worth that much? Or could you have bought something better, like something that you actually need in the house, like a couch? People buy materialistic shit before they buy necessities. That's the thing. So I don't get that. Like, shit, a lot of people wanted like dog or a cat that will maybe actually make them happier in life. But they'd rather just, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna buy some Gucci shoes because I think that will make me happier. And then they look down at it and then they step in mud. And then how do you look at yourself?
And you still ain't got no bitch.
You still ain't got a cat or a dog or a female with you right by your side. You just got these Gucci shoes that are cool. Like, you know, so that's how I see it.
Earlier you talked about the culture, you know what I'm saying? You said you do it for the culture, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that S.o.s is a streetwear brand, and there's a lot of shit going on in the streets right now, and a lot of shit going on in the culture right now. What do you guys have, you know, in store to kind of, you know, show your appreciation or even just show how much you really, you know, care?
You got me stuck at that one because we care so much that we care what our message is going to portray. You know what I mean? So like, there's mixed perceptions from every different person in the world. That's why I'm being so careful, like slowing down a little bit as far as like designs and stuff, because I don't want to put out a bad message for the culture or a message that is just like, you can see both sides to it, and one of the sides is just actually horrible. Because then half the people, the chances are that half the people are going to think it's this thing, the bad thing, half of them are going to think the other thing, you know? So I kind of really just want to make great, you know, messages from this point forward, especially considering how the world is right now. That's why we're taking time for this one, you know, regarding the Black Lives Matter movement. And then after that, we'll gradually go back into our regular pieces. But the piece after that, we actually have something that was kind of a coincidental piece. It actually has a bunch of shit that happened this year, basically. It's like a collage hoodie. It has a hoodie pocket, which is a bunch of stuff going on in it. We have like a cop car on fire. Mind you, we did not plan that to be there. We made this in December.
The same shit been going on since forever
in the
culture.
Forever, but just by chance, we made a hoodie that has a cop car on fire saying S.o.s, fuck 12, whatever. And then we got a bat in the corner of this hoodie, right? And we didn't know that Corona was coming.
Wow.
So
that's
my homie
crazy.
Axel, shout out Axel, he made this design without COVID ever happening, without this whole Black Lives Matter thing happening where people are setting cars on fire, cop cars, whatever.
Wow.
We end up having this piece at the end of the day. We're like looking at it like, damn, this is like perfect timing. We have to drop this, you know. But we didn't want to do it yet because
you don't want to take advantage.
We wanted to take more advantage of donating something first, then doing that one. So we got a lot of pieces on the way, but that one's insane.
And so, are you guys just right now, or I know you got a lot of t-shirts and hoodies and shit, but in the future coming, do you guys plan on? You said your favorite item to wear is jeans.
Jeans are the next big thing, yeah, for us, because that's where you can really get creative. I think you can really just start adding stuff that like people wouldn't expect from condiments, not like condiments like sauces, but like compliments. So like little things that will like chains, accessories, things that will make like a pair of pants or a hoodie look cooler. But at the end of the day, people really do like weird shit nowadays, you know? So I want to add, you know, crazy shit on pants for sure. And soon, I'm telling it right now, I'm saying it right now in this nice open home right here, that we will make shoes at 1.2. We will make shoes. And shoes will be crazy. Because that's when we're going to like take over the whole, like, we'll attempt to. But you gotta have the confident mindset that we will take over, you know? Not over Nike or anything, but like over just unique, weird shoes. You know, we want it to be unisex still, so we want to make sure that both men and women can wear this, feel confident. This isn't a girly thing, this isn't too much of a guy thing, you know. Shoes is definitely a move to wear it.
So I think with that particular mindset that you have, like you take that mindset and you transfer it into the shoes, it should work seamlessly.
It should, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about, I'm gonna have good quality, and I got a message. You see what I'm saying? And I think messages can be transferable. What about your message or what you have, you know, your brand in general, that you think is superior to the rest of what is out right now? Like, what about it?
So I think the superiorness is positivity. Okay. I think people don't get that like positivity is underrated, and that like save our souls. There's nothing negative about that. I think that just having the overall name be positive and uplifting for people who think that the world's ending or their life is over at a certain age or something, it's just like that's a great thing to have. Is a good positive name, you know. So I think that's really what's going to push us forward.
And who do you see wearing your brand?
So I mean,
I know you say everybody, right?
Yeah.
But who do you see?
Who do I see?
Wearing your brand?
I see artists that influence me. So from music to even fashion to TV stars, actresses, whatever. Like anyone who inspires me, even if it's Obama, like you know, I don't care. Like I want different people in this. You know?
When you talk about the longevity, you talk about being close to certain people. I know that hoodies and t-shirts and everything, they last for so long, meaning that people at some point are going to start wanting something different and wanting something more. How do you plan on growing with your fans, or are you growing with the people who support you?
I'd say really just like creating this like consistency that makes them, but a healthy consistency. Not like a consistency like, oh, my work ethic is so hard, like I'm gonna keep going, but the consistency of like genuine like passion, you know? I think that will make people wear it more because they're like, yo, this fool's still really going for it, you know? Even if I were 40 or 50 and I was still making clothes the way I am today, I would be happy because I know that the margin of revenue is gonna be like all the way up here when I'm 50 compared to when I was like 20. But like, I guess you could say like what are people gonna really like think about the clothes later on? Are they gonna over-evaluate it and make themselves overthink like, what does this piece mean? Should I even wear it? Is it even cool anymore? That's up to them. Yeah. Wear it if you want. Donate it. Because guess what? If you donate it, that's just going to another head that needs a t-shirt. Yeah. Or another, somebody else that can, basically self-advertise the brand, So I guess I just don't have any expectations in that sense. I really don't,
You know what because I was just thinking about like Sean John and shit like that. And like, at 50, you may not even be into wearing t-shirt, or you might be into wearing different t-shirts. Exactly. So with that being said, would you still like cater to your t-shirts and your hoodies and shit, like in your shoes, to like the younger crowd, or would it just grow with you?
It'll grow with me, I'd say,
Okay.
because I can't always stay in a childlike mentality. You know, and I can't stand in a teenage mentality, but an adult mentality is totally different. So once I hit 18, was I an adult? No.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm more of an adult now, being 22, having a more, you know, like just overall like expanded mindset and just very, you know, being open-minded is so underrated. Dude. Like you literally need to be open-minded to live in this world. If not, you're gonna get confused with yourself. And I think that, you know, I will go with the flow, and how I make the clothes is gonna, you know, come with me. You know, and if I want to think in that childlike mentality, like, how are the kids gonna like this? Then you're really just only pertaining to one crowd, you know. And I don't want to do that right now. I'm not even looking at like older crowds. I'm looking at my own crowd as we go. You know, the shit that I made when I was 15, I would never make today.
Yeah.
You know, but the shit that I made today, I might not make when I'm 30. That's why I see it low-key evolving into maybe a more aesthetic brand, maybe even into a suit brand. Who knows? For all I know, S.o.s in a couple years could be a fucking suit brand and just says "Save Our Souls" on the back of suits, and then suits are reinvented right there because suits are supposed to be fucking, you know, formal and clean.
Yeah.
But who says there can't be graffiti on the back of the suit?
Exactly.
Who says that can't be fire, bro?
Exactly.
Like that's the fucking societal norms as far as what's formal. There's no real like definition for normal.
Exactly.
So I don't believe in that not evolving something like the suits, bro. That'd be sick.
That'd be hard as fuck. Hey, sign me up.
If fool was going to a funeral, I mean that's a little different. But like, fool was going to like, you know, a party or whatever in a suit. Got the spray paint on the back. That's not bummy. That's sick.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's just that's 2030.
Yeah, that's 2030.
It's a new year that like.
Well, bro, I wanna, before we end everything, I want you to end it with a last word. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to say to the people? Anything that you feel like you want to get out real quick?
It's my favorite part.
Go ahead and speak on it.
To all those kids out there, this is for the kids. The adults, they know a lot, but they don't know enough. But they'll learn. But the kids don't learn until somebody tells them, I'm gonna say follow your dreams. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we about, bro.
Don't let your parents tell you what to do. Don't let your friend tell you what's right or wrong. Don't let anyone interfere with your dreams.
Well, if your parents tell you to bring your ass home, you better take
bring your ass home by curfew. But does that mean that your dreams can't happen? No. Period. That's it. Follow your dreams.
For sure.
Period.
And if motherfuckers want to follow their dreams and follow you and get some SOS clothing, where can they do that?
They can do that at sosclothing.bigcartel.com.
Okay.
S.o.s clothing on Instagram too.
100. Hey man, I appreciate you for sliding through, man. It's been nice.
Always, man.
Hey, it's the Grand Tavern. It's Arthur Kelly. I got SOS in the building, and we out.
I'ma get it off the muscle. If I ain't got it now, guaranteed I'ma hustle. Try and take mines, little nigga, I'ma bust you. Only fuck with gang if you ain't, I don't trust you. Flexing on these niggas, yeah, I got it off the muscle.